All 4 people, right? I might. And as they said, they're correct. I was actually doing my spring.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Around me. Oh, don't worry. It's a coffee mug here to do this here. There you go. I gotta have my own setup. There we go. Well, don't touch my coffee. Let me put some spray on there.
You put some more. You still spraying me? Stop spraying me. Okay.
I come up here this morning, and T-Gray and Mark are getting ready. We got this nice setup, and every 5 minutes they come and ask me. Then he comes back, we need this software. Then he comes back, we need this CPU. All of this stuff, and my Facebook Live is stopping every 10 seconds. T-Gray, my Facebook Live is stopping every 10 seconds.
Because we need a new computer. Hey, everybody, if you want us to get a new computer for flight school, say, HB, buy them a new computer. Put it in the chat. New computer.
They're already saying yes. It looks good on my phone. It doesn't look as good on this computer here.
So that's Zoom. So that's the best we can get on Zoom.
Wow.
But look how much Facebook has improved.
I was actually in the cockpit.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it.
Yeah. We got special effects now.
Special effects. Awesome. After Accelerate, and I walk in here this morning, and I want to share something with y'all, okay? Because some of you may look at T-Gray, you may look at Mark Kithcart, and you may, they've got a little advantage over you that you don't know about. So I'm going to expose them this morning, the Tunicorns. They're going to be exposed this morning. Let me expose them, first of all, okay? They come on here and they look all polished, they look all beautiful, they look all good, and you think they're having a Beyonce moment and a Nicki Minaj moment like they woke up like that. And they didn't, okay? The green room or green section, put it that way, all right? Budgets are a little small over here right now for them. So we've got a green section in the, what do we call this? We've got a mirror over there. We've got, T-Gray's got his own beauty drawer, and he pulls out the beauty drawer, and I'm thinking that he's about to introduce a new product that we're about to start selling. I'm thinking we're about to go into a cosmetic line. He said we got to do a commercial, so I'm thinking he's about to start. And I'm like, that looks familiar, but I've never seen a man do it. And he started putting it on his face and stuff like that. And then he starts doing his head, and he says, dude, because I came in and I sprayed some anti-corona on his head. Get to pat it back down. And, these guys are prima donnas over here. They are prima donnas. But anyway, that's what happened. Should have given me a shout out right now on Facebook Live. Give me a shout out off of Wi-Fi. I'm not even on Wi-Fi right now. And I want to make sure that we have a clear, bright, my skin cream. Anyway, let me say some jokes about that. That may be a little insensitive, and I apologize if so I've had to change up everything because of that. And I don't know who's been affected by it, so I want to be sensitive to the people.
Just drink Modelo.
You're in timeout, okay? You're not even behind the camera, you're in timeout. How are you getting timeout? You're not even behind the camera. Anyway, that we have you a very clear broadcast, and I even went and got a haircut for this telecast. So, and I can't even have as many people watch.
Tell everybody go on Zoom.
Everybody can't go on Zoom.
As many as they can.
Well, it's not going to help. I mean, if everybody goes on Zoom, then they're not going to be able to get on Zoom because Zoom is almost full right now. If you want to go on the Spanish Zoom, Zoom is almost full. I mean, it's like, almost nearly 1,000 people on Zoom. But anyway, guys, I'm filibustering right now. This is my filibuster. Do this, T-Gray. Like every time I come on, you should probably bring me something because people love that when I was doing that training, turn anything into a training.
Oh yeah.
So we should do that because they're like, what can you do? How can you turn
anything into a training?
How can I turn anything into a training? Okay, so T-Gray's gonna bring me something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but he's gonna bring me something. I'm gonna filibuster.
Can you that lotion?
I can train on this lotion right here. Okay, now so let's talk about this lotion. This is Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair Lotion. Okay, so now let's talk about this lotion here. Here's the thing that anybody tell me? Huh? What's the most important component? All right, it's the part that is missing in here. That's the most important component. And so what I want to about with this lotion is just like iBoomerang. This lotion is just like your organization. This lotion is just like going diamond. I'm going to show you right now how to go diamond with this container of lotion, this Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair Hand Moisturizing Lotion. Now, in this lotion here, you've got a cap. You do all I want to do. I can shake it. I can do all of this kind of stuff with this lotion, and none of the lotion is going to come out. It's just like you being a diamond. And so as a diamond, imagine you being a rock. And you've got a rock and you've got a bottle of lotion here. And with that rock, you can do all kind of stuff with that rock. Got to put pressure on the lotion in order to get the result. Now, we'll see you at Go Diamond. How's that? Was that beast mode?
Tap it up.
Boom! By the way, this lotion will be in. I think we're still having people jump on and jump off. I'm going to go ahead and really just get started. First of all, I want to say congratulations to everybody for an amazing event. It was the most impactful event that I have attended, and this year will be 30 years. 30 years in network marketing, 30 years of attending events. And you know what? That means that every year for the last 3 years, I have been in hotels, I have been on the road in airplanes, every single quarter for the last 30 years without missing one event. Actually, there's one event that I did miss, and that was about 4 years ago. I missed an event, and I had a family situation that was taking place with my niece and my nephew, and my niece, my aunt, and we had a little situation there, and they needed their uncle, they needed their family, they needed their auntie, they needed their family, and so I chose to make sure that we took care and made sure that we went there because it was a family thing, and that was the only event that I've missed in 30 years. I never forget, even my 10th year high school, what do you call it, the high school reunions, where everybody comes back and brag about how much money they really don't have but want to look like it. I missed that 10th year anniversary because I was at an event in South Carolina. I'll never forget it. And I'm sitting there thinking, this was back in the year 2000. Now here's what's cool about it. Abdi talked about sacrifices at the event. I can tell you right now, there are 2 talks. Everybody's talk was amazing. It was. I mean, I heard so many raving reviews about Abdi. People said, here's what they said. They said, HB, I didn't understand one word the man was saying, but I felt everything that he was saying. Even though he had a translator, they said I didn't even need the translator. I could feel that he was real because he was speaking French. Right? And so I got so many rave reviews about his talk. I got so many rave reviews about Sam Bean's. I mean, everybody did an incredible job. The ladies panel was one of the biggest hits as well. So many comments about the ladies panel that took place. Guys, we've got the best of the best when it comes to training. We've got the best of the best when it comes to environment and energy and things of that nature. So I'm really, 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 really excited about that. But that event was off the charts. It was really, really, really off the charts. Now, I was using Abdi to say something, and I think I got off track. Anybody know where I was? What was I talking about? The production crew was not paying attention. Keep rolling? Okay, all right. They were switching something up. You want me to keep filibustering or train?
Yes.
Oh, they want me filibustering. Why? Because they're changing some stuff up. Why? You want me to because you want to make sure you have as many people on this Facebook Live as possible. But I'll talk about some other good stuff here. But that training was absolutely incredible. I was talking about sacrifices. All right, I use Abdi to talk about that for a reason. 30 years, and so I made a sacrifice. This was back in the year 2000. I graduated high school, in 1990. Okay, and that was actually when I got my PhD. People say, "Well, how'd you get a PhD graduating from high school?" PhD, passed high school with difficulties. Okay, that's what my PhD was. All right. So I got my PhD, and I went off to college. I was 17 years old when I went off to college, and I landed right here in Houston, Texas. I never forget. My dad drove me up here. He followed me. I had to hear it, and when your mind is ready, it's like a seed being planted in fertile ground. If your mind isn't fertile enough, then it doesn't matter whether you've heard it before. It's going to keep. It's like taking a seed and saying, "I planted seeds on the sidewalk yesterday, and I'm waiting for my harvest. I'm waiting for my crop to grow." Doesn't work that way. It's got to be planted in fertile ground. So this is why I listen to tapes over and over and over and over again. This is why I would watch videos over and over and over and over again. And every time I listen and to trainings, it will be something new that I would get. And I'm sitting on the front row and I'm hearing them say something and I got it. It was something so simple and I got it. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting there and I'm tapping my toe because I was ready to go home. I was ready to go home and I was ready to go tear a hole into something. I was ready to go. I mean, that's how my energy was. Not from a standpoint of violence, but from a standpoint of I knew that I had now conquered HB. And HB now is going to go out there and nobody is going to be able to withstand my confidence. Because I realized it the entire time before I was selling in the business. And at that training, I had heard it over and over, and I learned how to sell me. I learned how to sell me. And when people bought me, it was like the business was the batteries. Batteries were included. The batteries came along with HB. When I sold me, and I sold me through belief, through my confidence, through when my mind opened up and I'm like, that's it. I never forget. And here's what happened. They said, we're having another event. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a website and we're going to put all the icons on the website. And we're going to put all the icons and load a training of the icons on the website. I'm like, I don't want my group having to learn from somebody else and they're not learning from me. What does it take to become an icon? $40,000 a month of income. What? Done. Why? Because I was ready. I had had enough of breast milk. I had enough of Gerber. I had had enough of potatoes that was mashed up. I had had enough of green beans. I'd had enough of soft food. Why? Because I had been watching these videos over and over and attending events over and over and in the churches applying over and over. I had gone from putting one on my right and one on my left, believing, can I even do that? And then went from that to 50-50 club. And then they had 100 club and 500 club. And I even passed through all of that. And now I had to go and do $40,000 in income in a month. In 1 month. And then they announced all the icons are going to be on a website. And we're going to feature you and your training is going to be on a website. Your talk is going to be on a website. And I knew that if my talk was on a website, that my leaders would always want to go and listen to their uplines talk. And it wasn't because I wanted to have the notoriety. It was because I wanted to grow my group. And so the best gift that I could give my organization is to become an icon. Why? Because my group they were like me. Most of them came from nothing. Most of them were broke when we got started. Most of them borrowed the money to get started. And so they were like me. And I'm like, I need somebody like me to represent my people. And because some of the other people were professional athletes, some of the other people were pastors, some of the other people were, they were single mothers of 5 children. I'm not a single mom. That wasn't me. And I wasn't a professional athlete. And some of the other people were they were different. My people were broke. I was young. I was 25, 26 years old at that time. And I went out there, and here's what they said. The icon, the training. We're going to have a training in North Carolina. I'll never forget it. We're going to be in North Carolina. And what date is it going to be? It was the exact same date as my 10-year class reunion. And I have been waiting for 10 years. Not 1 year, not 2 years. I have been waiting for 10 years. I was a high school prom king. I was the homecoming king. I got voted best all around. I got to be back there. I was the vice president of the student advisory committee. I was the president of SAC. So I've got a responsibility to be back at my high school reunion. Everybody's counting on HB. Everybody. Who am I going to impress? Am I going to impress my high school buddies? Okay. So I can go there, my 10-year reunion, and tell all the lies about how successful I am? That's what you do at your 10-year reunion. I figured it all out. 10-year reunion is all about lies. Your 20-year reunion, nobody cares anymore. Okay. And I missed it. And I never forget, I had this tug of war. And I'm sitting there, man, I've been waiting 10 years for this. But I have been waiting all my life for an opportunity. See, you heard Edwin Haynes say it on stage, successful people create conditions in their mind in order to succeed. And so what I had to do is I moved from saying, oh, I've only been in this company for 90 days. And I've only been waiting 90 days. See, that little guy on my shoulder, like David talked about, that little guy on my shoulder was like, you've been waiting for your high school reunion for 10 years. Don't you know that the prom queen needs to have the prom king for pictures? Don't you know the homecoming king? And the same girl who won prom queen also won homecoming queen. Don't you know this is epic? It's never happened in the school's history. Same person, prom king, prom queen, homecoming king, homecoming queen. You need to be there. There's going to be another event 2 months from now, but you won't have another reunion for another 10 years. And over here on this shoulder, I got this little voice telling me, you need to go to this event. Your people need you. You need to hit icon. You need this $40,000 a month. Remember, you just had your car repossessed. Okay, you just had a car repossession 6 months ago. Remember, they almost foreclosed on your home. You're $250,000 in debt. Do you remember that? You come home, and the way that you check your lights to see if you're going to take your family home is you pull up on the street right next to your house, and you pull up to the stop sign. And remember, Holton, you leave the porch light on in the morning before you leave. So when you come home, you pull up to the stop sign and you look left. And if the porch light is on, that means they didn't turn your lights off. Do you still want to do that? Do you want to keep that going? Do you want to keep that streak going? So this little guy over here is telling me I need to go. And everything is telling me 10 years over here, 10 years. You're going to be disappointed, and they're going to do photos, and they're going to do this, and they had already had all of this stuff planned for us. And in my gut, you got to remember, I'm younger at that time. I don't know how to process decision. I didn't know critical thought process measures. I didn't understand all of that stuff. But this guy won. This guy says, you're comparing 10 years? He says, dude, Your mom doesn't even have a home. Your mom is living in the projects. And you're thinking about homecoming? Your mother-in-law is not free. Your mother-in-law still, she's driving a bus, and you're thinking about going to reunion? Your son's education hadn't even started. You haven't even paid back the money that you borrowed for his birth. You hadn't paid that back. You hadn't donated $1 to charity because you don't have enough for you. And you're going to go to a reunion? So you're thinking 10 years, high school reunion to 90 days? Oh, buddy. You're thinking your high school class is depending on you? Your grandmother is depending on you. Your mom is depending on you. Your dad is depending on you. Your son, your wife, your family is depending on you. And I had to put things in perspective and say, yeah, I'm 26 years of age. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Because see, I almost self-sabotaged at that moment. I almost self-sabotaged. I almost went back into impressing everybody. I'm so glad Instagram wasn't around then, because Instagram possibly could have won. It possibly could have beat me up, and it possibly could have won. But I never forget. I made a decision. I booked my ticket. I had already bought my ticket to my reunion. I had already bought everything. I was going to drive. I didn't have the money at that time to go and fly. I was going to drive. And here's what I did. I went to work. Why? I was so glad that it was up against my high school reunion, because I said, if I'm going to give up my high school reunion, I'm going to make it worth it. I'm going to make it worth it. And it's the same thing that Aldi talked about, sacrifice. You've heard Jose Luis talk about it, sacrifice, at our last event. Our Top Gun, Jose Luis and Maylin, talk about it over at Dream Weekend, sacrifice. And what I did is I said, I don't worry about making the right decision or wrong decision. I make a decision, and then what I do afterwards makes it the right decision. So I bought my ticket for North Carolina, and I went to work. I don't know how many times I showed the plan. I didn't ask my upline, how many times must I show the plan to be an icon? If you were living and you were breathing and you had a body temperature, I was going to talk to you about my business. And I did. And ladies and gentlemen, here's what happened. Not only did I go icon, which is $40,000 a month, the month that I qualified icon, it only took me 2 weeks worth of income. 2 weeks to qualify icon. And see, I was thinking icon was so big. See, what happens is when you go for a goal and you get yourself ready, but it was only because I had been watching and listening to trainings over and 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 over that I became ready. And when that seed, the opportunity came around, the seed was ready, my mind was now fertile. And the same information that I had heard for years now was able to take root, and there came a harvest. And what I thought was going to take me 1 month only took 2 weeks worth of business for me to qualify for it. And then I went to my 20th year reunion, and I never forget, they asked this question. And I wasn't bragging. And they asked this question, you know, all crazy kind of questions. We're sitting around and they asked, how many of you have more than 2 kids? And how many of you have more than this? And then they got to cars and homes. How many of you have more than 2 cars? I raised my hand. How many of you have more than 3? And my hand stayed up. How many of you have more than 5? And my hand is still up. I'm a little embarrassed, but not. How many of you have more than 6? And my hands are still up. How many of you have, you know, more than 8? My hand is still up. My hand is still up. And there's one other guy whose hand was up because they asked how many motor vehicles do you own, and they, you know, I included my boats and all of that. And they get to 10. How many of you? And my hand is still up, and there's only one guy up. And he says, "How many do you own?" And he says, "About 100 and some." Well, his family owned a little motorcycle dealership, so he's counting the inventory. And my hands are still up. These are my personal vehicles. And all of them were paid for cash. See, my 10th reunion, I would have talked about what I'm going to do. One day I'm going to. One day I'm going to. And I would have gone there dressed all fly, trying to impress them folk that I left high school and went and did good, and I was busted broke. I just had my car repossessed. I was 45 days away from foreclosure. I would come home and wondering whether or not my lights were going to still be on. And I was going to spend every dime I had to go impress people. Okay. And that was when I had, you know, it's not the ego. What do they call it? You know, when you impress, when you buy things you can't afford, that with money you don't have to impress people you don't like, status. I was going to actually move for status, okay, instead of progress. And I'm so glad I made that decision. And when I look at it, was it a sacrifice? No, it was the cost of freedom. Freedom is not free. And after that, I became free. I've never worried about money since I made that decision. But my mind was fertile. And it was HB. It was the confidence. The business hadn't changed. The numbers hadn't changed. The comp plan did not change at all. HB changed. And I went out there, and I never forget, I put on a talk, and I didn't prepare for it like I don't prepare for none of my talks. And I put on a talk that my group saw on a website and along with the other icons. And I never forget, the number one viewed training was my training. And in that organization, guess who became the number one income earner? The guy who had never, ever made $500 in a month. And I'm in there with professional networkers thinking, I don't have a chance. These guys have built big groups, and these guys have systems, and they've got these email campaigns, and they've got digital campaigns and all of this stuff. And I was just sitting there like, wow, I was impressed. But I had heart. And I had belief, and I had confidence. And that's what it was. You know, that's really what it was. And I'm going to translate some of that to you. And accelerate for me was that exact same thing. Thank you. Accelerate was the same thing for so many people. Accelerate was that event that you really you got what you wanted, you got what you needed, and many of you do. Many of you got it. Many of you have it. And so I want to talk to you about a couple other things here, and I got to turn it back over to our tunicorns, but I got some announcements that I'm going to make here. But every time I get behind the camera, I've got to do some kind of training. I got to give you guys the goods, okay? So before I do that, we got to pay some bills. I've always wanted to say that. We got to pay some bills, and we are going to go to a commercial. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Thank you for that great commercial sponsored by iGo for Less. What you guys have to do is give me one of those commercials to read off, you know, like the radio host, so I can read it and stuff like that. You know, I got to rehearse it a long time because I read slow. So I'll have to rehearse it. Mark has to teach me so I can just say it like a radio host. And then I'll be good. It's on the table?
No, you just have a list.
No, but I need a commercial. No, not this. I need like a commercial to read, you know, like they do the double mint gum. Double mint gum, good for your breath, good for this, good for that. Go out and buy double mint gum. But, you know, those kind of commercials. But I can do it for iGo. Okay? As long as you pay me. Because I don't work for free. All right, now. Okay. I want to talk about something now. Let's talk about double. I guess that's why I was talking about double mint gum, because I had a double to talk about, right? Double. Let's talk about the double. Hopefully you can see the double. I'll move over to the side. If you can't, can they see the double with me there? I'm off the screen?
For a few seconds.
What about now?
I took you off.
Okay, you took me. Oh, you took me off. Okay.
Now you're back.
There we go. I'm back. There we go. Double. What is the double? Let me share with you why we do the double. Double is basically a generosity move that we do every now and then. We won't always do it, but it's a generosity move that we do because we want several things taking place. Okay. First of all, here's what we did. We set a goal. We said March to 1 million, that we were coming into March with 1 million customers. We had about 480,000 customers, 20,000 customers short. I saw 13,000 boomerangs go out yesterday, which I was excited about that. And I'm like, I am not going into March without at least hitting 500,000. I'm going to run, sprint, do whatever I've got to do to make sure that I peak out and do whatever it is that I can do. So I told T Gray, double them up, go out and give some boomerangs, double the QV, double the number of boomerangs, $10. Okay. $10, as E-Money says, dollars, $10. All right. $10 for your boomerangs. You'll actually get 20 boomerangs. You get 20 QV for them. There's a limit to one set per transaction. You can go back in if you want and buy more. And the reason we do that is so that people who want more, who really want them, they can get them. But we don't want a person going in spending all of this money and they don't go out and give the boomerangs out. So you go in, $10. If you want 40, you have to go in 4 times. Just do it real quick. That way we know you really want the boomerangs instead of just buying 40 or 100 or 200 boomerangs all at one time. And then you get double the boomerangs, okay? So that's a great special that we have going on right now. Double up, help iBoomerang reach 500,000 customers, okay? We want to reach 500,000 customers. Where are we right now, T-Gray? Are we close to 500,000?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
All right, 500,000 customers. I know we are a little short, right? But we need your help. Right? We're at 484,000 customers. We're 16,000 customers short, guys. 16,000. Okay. So send out some boomerangs. You got some people that you know. Just do what you got to do. Go double up and get your boomerangs. We give you double QB as well. It helps toward all your rankings. With our rankings, get you deeper pay as well. Now, don't put anything on the screen until I say put it on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mark's not doing it. I'm yelling at Mark and Kitches over there. I always yell at Mark when I say don't put something on the screen. But here's something I want to talk to you about. And it kind of dovetails into, I guess, my story I talked about sacrifice. You know, what we've been looking at doing is figuring out a way so that we can empower all of our iBoomerang fans, TSAs, our reps, and people who are really looking to go to that next level. Okay. And, you know, I know we do our flight school every single Saturday, which is really, really good. Flight school's always off the charts. And we have our events that we have, and everybody, you need to plug into the events. And if you haven't gotten your Cancun reservation, make sure you do it, because we only had 1,000 rooms and we sold how many so far?
It's over 600.
No. You must haven't seen it, because I think it's over 700 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's. So I know the number is over 700. Okay, so it's over 700 rooms that have obviously have been sold already, or 700 reservations that have been made. They're going to give you a little bit more details on that. And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, some of you, your cards were not charged. And I know you're wondering and you're afraid. Those of you who have submitted your reservations, we are actually going to charge your card. Don't worry, we'll get that done. It takes about 5 to 10 days for all of that to process, and it processes through the extreme travel side of our business. And so we'll get that done. So don't worry. If you're in, don't worry about that. Okay. And we just took the deposit, not the entire thing. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait. That's another one where you actually have the ability to be at a leadership training that I normally make you qualify for. And it comes with the package. That's awesome, isn't it, T-Gray?
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that, Mark?
I think it's fantastic.
Because normally the level of training that I'm going to give is what I would normally do at a Ruby retreat. Remember we do the Ruby retreats?
Yeah.
And the Ruby retreat, you must qualify Ruby. And there's a level of information that I will give that takes people from one level to the next. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'll ask you to do. If you ever have a chance to stop and talk to Luis Ventura, say, Luis, you were a Ruby in Arizona and you came to a Ruby retreat, ask him what happened at that Ruby retreat. It was identical to the talk that I just gave. That when I went to Austin, I heard that talk, tapping my foot, ready to go home. I left there, became an icon. It took me 2 weeks to qualify. You know what icon was? $40,000 a month. It only took me 2 weeks worth of business to hit $40,000 in income. And the rest was history. And Luis Ventura did the exact same thing. And this guy, I'll tell you this here, I have to use my income disclosure when I mention it. And I'll put the income disclosure up because I don't want you to think that just because you come to this training, here's what happens to you. Disclosure, disclaimer, whatever it is, because I don't want to guarantee you the income. But in a different opportunity, Luis came to that event. He left that event. And the information that he took from that event and from the trainings that he got, being able to watch them and listen over and over and over again, he went from a $5,000, $8,000 a month at that time at Ruby. And his income was he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. He got to over $300,000 a month in income. And that wasn't everybody. Some people left that training and probably quit. So I have to give you the whole full story so that you don't think everybody who comes to a training actually goes. But I never asked. Here's what I've never asked. You know, some people ask, well, what's the average diamond make? Well, find me an average diamond and I'll show you. That's why they're diamond, because they're not average. You know, well, what does the average person make in iBoomerang? The average person quits. The average person can't find the boomerang button. The average person, you know, can't find the I decide button. So they decide to quit. Okay? They say, I decide I can't do it. That's what the average person does. And so anybody who's active in iBoomerang is not average. So don't ever ask, well, what does the average person make in a company? The average person, we don't have average people that are in our company. We just don't. I think each and every one of you are exceptional. I think you are a gift. And that's how I look at when people say, what's the average person? Okay. But anyway, we are going to do, I'm going to do that level of training on the first day, and it's going to be 2,000 people maximum, because what we're trying to see when we sell out of these rooms, if they're going to grant us additional rooms, we don't know. We're taking over the entire resort. This is going to be, I've never done an event like this. This is my first time ever doing an event like this on the beach. I mean, with the sand and the ocean, the wind, the palm trees, the coconuts, do a little business. Listen, here's the thing. If you come to our training and you come without flip-flops, we're gonna charge you to be there. So if you come to the training in a suit or a tie or a long sleeve shirt, or if you come in a turtleneck, we're gonna ban you. Okay, if you do.
No ties for Tommy Johnson.
All right, that's right. Tommy Johnson, no ties, okay, at all. But when you come, we're going to have, first of all, there's going to be exclusive boom gear that is resort boom gear that you can only get at that event, okay? So we're going to have you all prepped, bathing suits and all that. I shouldn't be telling you all this cool stuff. But anyway, but we want you, it's going to be fun. You come in your t-shirt, your swim trunks, stuff like that. And we're going to do our training, and all the food is free, and it's high level food. I mean, we're talking 5-star restaurants, 5-star chefs, and all of it's included. It's included. So you don't have to worry about how much money do I have to spend. All you got to do is pay for your registration, and then you get there. And we all know Cancun is not expensive to fly into, but we've got a 5-star resort that we're going to be at, and it's going to be 5 days, 5 whole days, 4 nights that you'll be there. Incredible place. So we'll do some cool stuff there as well. And how about another commercial? Can we play the Alien commercial?
We played it. That's the one that played.
Huh?
That's the one that played.
Is that the one that played the first time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we play the Alien commercial?
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't see it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pay some bills. We will be back.
Ya. A ver. ¡Vámonos!
I just got an idea.
I love the alien is the alien and the guy the guy in the sombrero, the guy who says "Vámonos." Okay, the guy from Mexico. That's my favorite. But anyway, guys, I can't wait for that. But anyway, let's talk about something that's really important. What we've been working on is something that's really, really cool. Our goal is to make sure that we educate, we empower, and that we equip all of our TSAs with the best information that's out there. You know, today, we live in a world of high content today, and everybody's trying to get your attention. Everybody. I mean, from every channel that you go on, every speaker. And here's what it takes to become a speaker. Okay. One success story. That's it. You can have one great month and whatever your profession is, and you never have to do it again. And you can build yourself an entire speaking platform around one great month that you have. Okay. One great story. That's all it takes. And so some people out there are training stuff that they've never done. Some people out there they're good at training. They're good at, putting together events, but they've never done what they're teaching. And what I've learned is I find that the people have a bigger impact when you've done it because you are the training. When I look at the resume of success stories that I have who've come through my trainings and the people that I've taught in network marketing, it's because I've never taught anything that I didn't do first. I learned it, I observed it, I got ready, for mind, watched it over and over and over and over. Then I became ready, and then I went out there and I applied it, I did it, and then the next step for me was to teach it. And that's what I do today, is I teach it. So the things that you hear from our stage are things that I've taught. We don't put anything on stage that HB hasn't done. That's just kind of how it is, because you want to have support for going through the process. I can sell you a Ford Mustang. Okay. I can do that. But what I can't do is tell you how to fix it. So I can sell it to you. All you got to do is give me the features and benefits. But if you call me up and say, hey, I've stalled out, I turned my car, and this is the sound that I hear, I'm going to say, call somebody else. Now, I sold it to you, but I'm going to tell you to call somebody else. Why? I don't know what's going wrong at that moment because I didn't do it. I didn't build that training. That wasn't a part of it. So some people sell you a training and then you get stuck. And what do I mean? You go, you see this training and it's a general training that they give you. And because you heard one story that they created in the industry, but you can't find the resume of people in their organization, and they sell you the package. And they sell you the training, and you may have paid $10,000, $5,000, whatever it may be for that training. And then your business stalls out and you call them up. Guess what they're going to say? They're not going to say anything because you don't have their phone number. You can't reach them. And if you could reach them, here's what they're going to say. Call your upline because you're going to say, well, listen, I'm trying to release the bonus, the Fast Start Accelerator bonus. Okay, that's what you're going to say. I'm trying to release the Fast Start Accelerator bonus, and out of that Fast Start Accelerator bonus, you say, well, I can't get to my 5th level. I'm stuck, and they're going to say, you should call your upline because I have no idea how your comp plan works. Well, if you don't have any idea how your comp plan works, why did you teach me how to go work it? Why did you give me information on how to go make it work? And so I want you to know that they have good intentions. But there's a difference of a general practitioner and a specialist. Those of you who are out there, we have people who are general practitioners in the medical field, and they'll tell you they don't make a lot of money. They go to school, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to become a doctor, and they don't make a lot of money. It's not putting them down, but many of them that I talk to, and I've got a lot of them in our business, they talk to me and says, listen, I don't make a lot of money, and I thought it was going to be more than what I thought it was, all right? And I know a lot of money is relative, but in comparison to what they thought doctors make, because they're general, they're not specific. Now I move to a brain surgeon who's specific. Now I move to a heart surgeon. Now I move to a cardiologist. Now I move to somebody, who's an obstetrician. Specialists. Now that's where the money becomes greater because you become more in demand. You're rare. What we develop in our diamonds are specialists. Our diamonds are specialists. All of the diamonds who train, do you know that many of them got their topic the day of the training at XCCELERATE? Why? They're specialists. Sometimes we do it intentionally. Because if you know it, why should you have to prepare? I didn't prepare to train on this lotion and give you the semblance of how it's a diamond. But I know it, I've done it, and I understand what takes place. And that's what we try to do, so that when you see a diamond train and you say, hey, listen, you know what? What's the key to keeping 10 people active so that I can make sure that I get my 7 levels of accelerator bonus? And they can break it down to you and show you. They can give you structures. Matter of fact, after this call here, I got a special call with the group, a very special call with the group that I have to do. And that's joining iBoomerang, number one earner in a company. They came to XCCELERATE. They lost their minds. They're ready to go. Had 500,000 people in their organization, and is what they had in their organization. And they're coming over, not all 500,000, but some of them, their company was having some major challenges. They can't pay commissions and stuff like that. So they said, we need a change. And I'm so glad that we're just different. But I have a training with them. And I'm going to be very specific about how they can match their incomes that they were before. But I couldn't do it. Okay. I couldn't do it if I didn't know it. Okay, if I didn't know it, okay, I'll go to that break later on. I may do it when I switch up here, okay. But we're specific, so I'm training these guys and ladies on how to be specific and how to know what it is that we do. So now, don't get all excited. Well, 500,000 people. Well, the guy's been building that business for 9 years. His only network marketing company that he was ever in. Okay, for 9 years he's been building over there. So he's a professional, but he came and he saw our diamonds and says, I want to be a part of this. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, they came all the way from another country to be here. That's how you utilize these events. And so I'm going to be doing a specialized training with them. Okay. And how many of you would like to get that training? To know that when a person does a special training, like myself or Edwin Haynes or Jose Luis Rivas or our rock solid people, that we have, all of our rock solids that we have, Sam Bean, David Hunt, Johnny Wembry, Johnny and Crystal Wembry, Peter and Karen Hirsch, all of our diamonds. Well, I'm going to do a special training. It's only for them. Don't call me and ask me for it. But how many of you would like to have it? T-Great, put your hand down. Put your hand down. Y'all are going to film it. Y'all just don't know it, but you're going to film it because I'm going to do it from here. Okay. Why? Because what if you had an organization or someone that said, hey, listen, you know what? I have some influence and I've got people and they want to get to a certain amount of results in a short period of time. Can you teach me? Well, can you go and call your general practitioner? And I'm not putting those down. You should get that information. You can't call your general practitioner. You gotta be able to get it homegrown. Okay? You gotta get it homegrown. That's what I'm talking about. I can't take my, my Tesla, the Vibe Mobile. I can't take my Tesla over to the Chevrolet dealership. Why? Because, he's a mechanic. No, I want a Tesla specialist. And you want to be a specialist. And so we've been looking at how do we create an environment for our people to be specialized in their trainings. So we thought, I don't know, I don't think enough people wanted it. Oh, T. Gray says definitely not. Okay, maybe there's a bad connection on there. So we'll skip that part. Won't worry about it. I'll teach you. Maybe the next training we'll show you guys how to get that training. So anyway, you want to run a commercial? Should I run a commercial and skip the training part?
Yeah, run a commercial and give them time to think about it.
All right, I'm gonna run a commercial, guys. Give you guys time to think about it because I want to see those people who want to roll with HB. Okay, you remember that talk I gave? I don't even know the name of that talk, but I got to name that talk that I gave on Saturday. I want to see the people who are hungry, who are salivating. That's who that training is going to be for. Everybody else, don't even respond. Let's go to a commercial, and we'll come back and see if you change your mind.
Count up a check, yeah. Count it up, get out of debt. Get out of debt, get out of debt. Get out of debt, get out of debt. Yeah, I wanna flex.
Lost in the sauce for a minute of it.
Fantastic. I'm just on top of the world right now. The people that are here are going to be the future diamonds of iBoomerang within the next 6 months or less. The next member-only trip, make it boom, boom.
I like to go outside when the sky is blue. They see that new Benz, they wanna ride with you. All your old friends wanna spend time with you. Back then they wanna spend a dime with you. It's crazy how the tables turn. I hope this was your lesson learned. I don't understand your words. Go and let the fire burn.
Go, yeah, set you on fire. Got me like gasolina. You a lighter, yeah.
You my mamacita, you my rider, oh. Tastes like margarita when I bite her, oh.
Colombiana. So with me now. In my cabana. I'ma take you down.
Mami fuego, oh, she look like J-Lo. She want my peso, spend it on Rodeo.
Right now. Your story when you leave here today is the first experience that we have done as iBoomerang.
First of all, guys, congratulations on an incredible event. How many of you have a fantastic time? We got the best product in the world. The best product in the world.
Some people see the lion that's inside of you. That's why we're here today, because I want to show you and tell you, I see the lion, every one of you here. The cat stayed home. Never make a decision to come to an event. Always come to an event to make a decision.
Okay. I'm gonna check the pulse one more time. All right. I have not even looked at the chat since we've gone to a commercial break. T-Gray, are they ready?
They're ready now.
They ready?
They're ready now.
Are you guys ready?
Yes, they're ready.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Don't soften up on me now. All right. Don't soften up on me now. We got to keep this thing rolling. All right. So I'm about to do a training here. I think it comes up at 12 o'clock. So I have to be finished here in about 15 minutes. I'll be done with what I'm going to talk about now. And then I've got to go get ready because I've got to do this training on how to launch. They want to know strategically, okay? Because these people are real serious, and their mind is fertile already. So I don't have to worry about. They've already done it over and over again. Watched their videos for 9 years. Now they're ready to plant the seed. And here's what the leader told me. I'll never forget. I did a call with them, and he didn't even. I didn't even know this guy, but somebody who's in the organization called up and said, "Hey, listen, man." Somebody who's sponsored by Ed called up and said, "Hey, I have this guy, and he's having some major issues in his company, and the company is not allowing them to enroll anymore. They're having some challenges, whatever it may be. And it's been a while, and the incomes that were at 6 figures a month have dropped 90% because they can't do any business." Okay, and the guy called him and says, "Can you make an introduction to HB?" I've heard, and here's why. Because of what Edwin Haynes taught, edification. This guy would always edify HB. He was not even he's in a complete, they were in 2 separate companies, but this guy would always tell this guy about HB, edification. So when the time came, when the time was right, this guy called him up and said, "Hey, man, you've always told me about this guy, HB." And the guy who wanted to know about HB was much bigger than the guy who had been telling him, okay? And so a much bigger team, obviously 9 years of building, yeah, you got a much bigger team, much more success. So the guy called me up, he texted me, says, "Do you remember me, HB?" I'm like, "How can I forget you? I remember everybody." "Yes, I remember you." And he says, "Listen, I have a guy who's got challenges. He would love to meet you. No guarantees or whatever." I said, "Listen, it doesn't matter. I don't recruit for our business. I talk to people, and if they've got a problem that I can solve, and I can solve it differently for them and uniquely, then we'll do it. If not, if I can lead them to a solution, I'll do that." And I do it all the time. So we make this phone call, and the guy really loved what we were talking about. And they called back and he says, "Listen, all right, I've made a decision. I want to come. I really want to be able to have my people meet you, whatever it is." So I was gonna fly there, and then I didn't fly there. And he says, "That's it. I've made my decision. I'm going to do iBoomerang." I said, "Great." He says, "Well, I'm going to talk to my leaders." I said, "Well, how many leaders are you talking about?" He says, I've got 29 leaders, 29 main frontline strong leaders that's been building with me. And they're all scrambling because nobody can make money. So this is not a situation of people just trying to jump from a company to another one. They're having an issue. They can't make money. Companies, whatever it is. Anyway, so he said, he calls back and he says, "We have a little challenge." But here's what I told him. I said, "Listen, don't." But remember, I learned this at that training in Austin. I told him, I said, "Don't go talk to them about iBoomerang. Don't. Because you're going to be selling another program. Don't go talk to them about our compensation plan. Don't. Okay? Not at this level." I says, "Here's what I want you to do." And he's so coachable. I said, "Go talk to them about you have a chance to be mentored by someone who's created more millionaires than anybody else you know. And that's the decision that you've made." I say, because when you make that distinction, there is no other comparisons. They can't say, "Well, I have this person who's created this many more." Or "I have this person." They can't. You go try to compare comp plans, people can always come up with, "Our plan pays 50,000 ways to get paid, and we do this." I said, compete where there's no competition. Sell me. He comes back and he says, "Well, HB, I got a little problem." I'm like, "Man, maybe he didn't do a good job of selling me." He says, "Well, I talked to all 29 leaders, and all of them are not coming. I said, oh, that's normal. He says 28 of them are. Only one's not. and it was because another company paid them to go to that company. They bought them. They gave them a deal. And so I'm going to actually be doing a training with a few of those guys. And T. Gray says you guys are ready. They're ready? They're ready to get that training. So you want to know how to get that training? Here's what we've done. I told you we're curating a way to make sure that you have specific information. So here's what we've done. We have put together a system. And my question for you is this. If you were able to have a hub, if you were able to take my training that I did, okay, on stage, okay, and Johnny Wembry's training, and Edwin Haynes' training, and Cesar Munoz's training, and Peter and Karen Hirsch's training, and you were to put it into a DVD series, okay, how much would you pay for it? How much do you think it would be worth on the marketplace? You know, I'm just thinking about it. Right? Just, you know, T. Gray, let me ask you, how much does some of Tony Robbins' training series cost?
Over $1,000.
Over $1,000 sometimes? Just the DVDs, right? Mm-hmm. Over $1,000?
Yeah. His newest ones always cost over $1,000.
Oh, over $1,000. Grant Cardone's?
Over $1,000.
Over $1,000?
Front row seats to, well, just the floor seats to Grant Cardone's convention are $2,700 a piece.
$2,700 a piece.
As much as 20,000.
Yeah, as much as 20,000. Some of them are as much as 20,000.
Correct.
Okay. Eric Worre's. What do they charge? $1,000.
Over $1,000.
Over $1,000 bucks.
Over $1,000.
For $1,000.
Over $1,000.
Okay. And Eric, I think it's good. You know, I think it's very good for the industry, for those who don't have a culture, in my opinion. For those who don't have a culture of training, they should plug into that. Some companies don't have leadership and don't have a system, and they need people like it. So he's serving a need. Reason why we don't bring them in or promote their events because it's like a brain surgeon call a general practitioner, say, hey, come look at my patient for me and tell me what you think about their brain. We know you didn't go to brain surgery school. Come over here. No, that's the only reason. It's not because we're afraid or don't like. No, I think they should go. If you're in a company that doesn't have the leadership, you should go. Okay. $1,000 is what they normally charge. So let me ask you a question. How many of you would buy it if it was $500? Would that be a good deal? I'm just asking. And I just want you to be, I want you to know, just be honest with me. Just tell me the truth. If you think it's a crock of junk, say it. Just tell me on this, tell me, I can see it here. I won't, trust me. I'm asking for professional. This is business here. This is my feelings don't get hurt. Is it worth $500? Do you think you can take what I train, my talk, Edwin Haynes' talk, Peter Hirsch's talk, Peter and Karen's talk, Jose Maylin's talk, Cesar Munoz's talk, and Johnny Wembry's talk? Do you think you can go make $500 off of it? If you can listen to it over and over and over and over again. What kind of feedback are we getting there, T. Gray?
So virtually everyone says yes. Someone said it's too little. It's not enough money.
It's not enough money.
Someone said $500 to make millions, no brainer. Somebody says they get together with their broke friends and all chip in.
Creativity. That's creativity, right? That's what I used to do, man. You know? Yeah. All right. I know what it's worth. Okay. Now, worth versus cost is two different things. I couldn't put a dollar figure on it. Here's what I did learn. Here's what I've learned. Okay. Let me share something with you. Okay. Let me give you something in terms of business economics and how to do decision making. Okay. If I told you, okay, you're going to pay me $1 million, and assuming you had $1 million, right? Well, let's just say $100. Everybody's got $100. Let's say that you were going to pay me $100, and I'm going to return to you $100 and 1 penny. Would you do it? I've got some in my office saying no. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you do it? Yeah. Now, and here, I'm not judging those who said no. Let me explain to you, and now they're going to have a different perspective. What if you had the opportunity, okay, because Kitia was here, she says, no, I wouldn't do it, right? And so sometimes people who haven't been educated in terms of how to make strong financial decisions don't know, and it's not bad. I'm glad that she answered truthfully. And this is why I want to share something with you. You wouldn't do it because the penny is not enough, right? But what if you could do it every second? What if you can make 1,000 of those transactions with me every minute? Okay. So now, because see, as long as the return of your investment is 1 penny more than you invested, if you replicate that over and over and over again, you always come out a winner. Okay. And so, because see, when I went to Netflix and I give Netflix $19 a month, how much do I get back? Nothing. This is why Netflix wins all the time. I get back entertainment value. I can sum up the value of my entertainment, but from an investment standpoint, anybody who's going to give you 1 penny more than what you gave them, take it every single time. Now, if it took a whole year to get that $1.01 back, that's probably not a good investment because you can find another way to get more back sooner. But if you can do it and I give it back to you right away, of course. So if that training was $500, can you make $501 off of the information? Of course you could. I've looked at recruiting. It's gone through the roof already. People have already made their money back from XCCELERATE just from the recruiting. So here's what we've done. Ladies and gentlemen, we put together a training series that's going to be ongoing. Our goal is not to make the money off of you and to try to flood our pockets with high price trainings. Our goal is to give you specific information. Our goal is to make sure that we give you targeted information on how to build your business. And so what we've done is we've created a system, a data or a content system that we are releasing today. It's not $1,000. It's not $500. But what if it's $99? $99 subscription gives you access to all of the trainings that we'll do, and you can watch them over and over and over in your back office. But $99 is still not enough on a monthly basis. So what we've done is we've chopped the price down and we said, what about $49.95 a month? And then I looked and I said, no. They told me $49. I said, no. They said, what about $39? I said, no. They said, what about $29? Everybody has $29. And I said, no. So what we've done, ladies and gentlemen, is we have put together, we're releasing it today. This is a special that we're doing. Today, we have a subscription model every single month, new trainings that are going to be there. And you're going to have a specialized CEO vault section where it's trainings that you've never seen, trainings that I don't do on camera like this, but they're one-on-one things that I record, one-on-one conversations that I record. I just did one with Nasser, who won the Sponsor Monster. I did it at the basketball game, 20 minutes of me coaching and sharing with him specialized trainings that you get to go on the inside, okay? And we have the XCCELERATE trainings that we have just, all of those blue diamonds, we have that in there as well. And here's what it is. It's $19.95 special. Buy today and the next 6 months are free. That means for the next 6 months, it costs you $19.95. $19.09. Is that a good deal or what? That means next month it's free. You pay $19 this month. Guess what? New trainings are in there next month. You don't pay a subscription next month. The month afterwards, you don't pay a subscription. 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 And the 6 month hopefully you've gotten enough information to afford and have made, instead of $19.99, hopefully you can make a $20 bill. That means out of your $19.99, you got $20, which means you still earn more than what you actually paid for it. And so go to your back office. We have that special going on right now. That special won't be there for long. How do they get it?
Back office, click on tools.
All right.
Click on trainings.
Go to your back office right now. Click on tools. Click on trainings. Buy it. $19.95. And you only get billed today for $19.95. The next time a bill will take place is 6 months from now. That's it. Okay. And the price is normally $99 a month, but we did a special. And we don't know how long that special may last. You know, even when 6 months, or I mean, even next week or whatever it is, it may go up in price. Or you may not get all 6 months for free. You may get 2 months free, 3 months free. So right now you guys can get it. Why? Because here's what you're going to have in there right now. Okay. You've got my training. You see what you've got there. You got my training. You got Edwin Haynes' training. All of the blue diamonds from XCCELERATE. That's going to be in there. You'll have that immediately in your back office. Now, here's how it works. You can only view it in your back office. Why? We want you in your back office. All right. And it's not something that you can go in and try to rip it. Don't cheat. Here's the thing. Don't cheat the system. All right. Don't go in there and try to rip it and say, oh, you don't have to pay your $19.95. I'm going to give it to you for free or whatever it is. Now what you're doing is you are robbing your people of the ability to grow. And what the universe does, the universe comes back and it takes away much more in your organization than that $19.95 that you think that you got. So you got to always remember, you're going to pay the price. You're either going to pay the price for success or you pay the price for failure. And don't pay that price for failure. Pay it for success. So we wanted to do that. That's really a gift to you guys. And we're going to load it up with content. That CEO vault is going to be there. You're going to have ladies, EB, Ladybug's going to have a section in there as well with a lot of content that she's put in there. So ladies, get ready. Some trainings that have actually taken place that before I boomerang that are just generic stuff that we've done that you're going to have that's going to be in there in that CEO vault. And those of you who got the keys to the vault training that keys to the vault dinner that we had a great time with it. But now everybody, this is not limited. Everybody has an opportunity to get the real keys to the CEO vault. And I'm just going to be doing special stuff. The only way you'll be able to get it is go in there and get it. And I can tell you this, if it's not worth $19.95 to you, just send Mark an email and Terrence will pay you back out of his money. Right? So send Mark an email and then T. Gray will pay you back and Kitchen will deliver the money to you. Okay. All right. Last thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is before we go to a commercial, then I'll turn it back over, is I want to talk to you about It Takes Two. Okay. It Takes Two. I had no idea that It Takes Two. I did have an idea. It's gone berserk. If something has ever gone viral in a company, It Takes Two has gone viral. And we're going to do something extremely special with It Takes Two. We are releasing our Fast Start Accelerator bonus, and it actually goes into effect March the 2nd. And in order to make it go into effect, let me share with you how it works. Okay. And we've run the comparisons here. And the comparisons are really good based off of what the recruiting numbers were. When we take this type of growth and this type of momentum that we've had, guys, in the last 4 or 5 days, we've got a whole new company now. It's literally a brand new company that we are in right now. People are getting there too like crazy. Now, remember, It Takes Two is something that really should be done every month. When we talk about how to drive the business 10 and 2, you should get 2 every month. I mean, I can tell you this here. If we go back and look at Edwin Haynes, this is why I love the leadership and the example that he sets. I don't know of any months that he's not sponsored at least 2 people since iBoomerang has been around. He leads by example, always putting new people into the business like crazy. He's a sponsor monster, okay? And we had our man Nasser, who was over here, who sponsored 70 people in a short period of time, and his life is never going to be the same. Okay, but it takes two. You know what? Before I go into recognizing some people, I want my DJ over there. Okay, you know, I've got my DJ over here set up right now. Okay, DJ Kizzy Kits. Okay, spin the records for a second because I want people to hear how we celebrate it over and accelerate over here.
Yo, can I hear this record by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock?
Hey man, you sure you want to hear this, man? You sure about that, man? All right.
All right, Kitsia. You can bring me back. All right, I'm live now. Guys, I'm telling you, It Takes Two is going crazy. Enrollments have tripled, okay? I've been looking at the daily enrollments and I Boomerang, and I've got this dashboard that shows me what the daily enrollments are. I went back last night and I was looking at the enrollment levels that we have right now, and you've got to go back maybe about 4 months to May and June of last year to see this level of recruitment. May was when we initially, I think we were transitioning from our fast start uni level to the binary, and things were going like absolutely insane, trying to get people into the system when we first started. And so the highest recruiting and the highest checks of weekly fast start checks were when we had our fast start uni level. So we decided to do a hybrid and bring some of that back and keep our binary as well. That's what our fast start accelerator bonus is. It allows you to actually work in legs that may not be your pay leg, but still get paid. Working in your strong leg is something that people say, I don't want to work in my strong leg, I don't get paid there. Now, with this fast start accelerator, you do. So what we've done is this month here, in the month of February, closing out this month, you sponsored 2. In the month of February, for the entire month of March, we're going to give you credit for all 7 levels. That means anybody within 7 levels who enrolls somebody, or any enrollment that comes in on your 7th level, even if it's on your strong team, you actually get paid for all that volume that's taking place. Now, in order to show you how to stay in momentum, if you keep this pace up, I promise you, you will revolutionize your entire business. And some people are going to have a shot at going for the top gun. I mean, you know, I know Jose Luis is out there, but we've got some rubies and emeralds that said, I want a shot at being top gun. You have the ability to do it now. You've got a mechanism where it's not based just on your binary. It's based off of you going out there making it happen. And in that 7 levels, we have people right now, you have the ability to have a bigger check than Jose Luis Rivas and Maylin in terms of fast start uni level. I mean, the fast start accelerator bonus. Your fast start accelerator bonus can be larger than theirs. Okay, it can be larger than Edwin Haynes's. It can, because your 7 levels is not their 7 levels. So when you go out there and you become a sponsor monster and your group duplicates it, that fast start accelerator starts climbing through the roof, and it makes everybody's binary climb through the roof. And it's amazing. So qualifications, everybody knows, normal qualifications are, in order to get 7 levels, you must have 10 active. 10 active. So we know some people didn't have that this month. That was going to be difficult. So we didn't want you to miss out on the month of March having all 7 levels. We want you to know what it feels like to get paid, provided you have activity going down in those 7 levels. Now, in order to get 6 levels, you must have 8 personally sponsored, then 6 personally sponsored in order to get 5 levels, 4 personally sponsored to get 4 levels, and you must have 2 personally sponsored to get 1, 2, and 3. Okay, or 1 personally sponsored to get 1 level, and they get 2 and 3. You must have 2 personally sponsored. That's how that works. But It Takes Two has been going crazy, and we have some people who left Accelerate who have gone out and made it happen. Here's what we are going to do. We're going to do this every month because I want to see who wants to roll with HB. It's not about what you put in the chat. It's about what you put on the scoreboard, baby. You put it up on the scoreboard. I know you on the road. Everybody says it, okay? But I want to see who's salivating. I want to see who's starving. And so every single month, we're going to create what we call the It Takes Two Wall of Fame. And we're going to have on our website, and we're going to put your photo. You're going to have to send the photo, your photo and your name on the website. Now, if this was me, and I know everybody's not me, but if it was me, and I'm sitting there looking at HB, here's what I'm saying to myself. Just like I said, I'm going to make sure my video is up on that website so that my group can go listen to my trainings. Same thing. Those of you who are rubies, emeralds, you need to go diamond. Your group needs to see you in that vault. Your training needs to be in that vault because your group loves you and they need to see your training in that vault. So go diamond. But I won't be saying he's going to get sick of seeing me. He is going to get sick and tired of seeing me every single month. I'm going to get to every month. He's going to know my name because they're not going to have just a wall for me. They're going to have a hall, not just a wall, but a hall, because my photo is going to be there every single month. And matter of fact, I'm going to do something special for those who are consistent. You do it every single month. We'll tell you what it is later on, but it's going to be amazing. You do it every single month. I know you want to roll with HB every single month, 12 months consecutive. And that's nothing big. Sponsoring 2 people a month is that's if you're part-time in the business. Okay. But we're going to do something special for you guys. And, but anyway, I think I have some names to read off. I promised that I would read off those names. Mark told me not to because he knows that I'm a slow reader. All right. So Mark, give me the names, put them on the screen. All right. I can't see the first names here. Somebody got to give it to me because this screen is not. Can I make this screen larger here? Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
All right. All right. All right. Now, these are in order of some of these people sponsored 5.
Yeah.
Who sponsored the most so far? Can you have a report on that? When I finish this, give me a report, T Gray, and I'll give it. Let me get these names. I'm gonna go for these names. T Gray Mark always does it. I'm gonna go for it.
And they're not all on there. There's people that have qualified already and gotten there too as of last night.
As of last night and this morning.
So if your name's not on there,
we're gonna get it on there. Okay, here we go. Rashad Brown, Harlan Lawson, Dulce M. Perez Osuna, Rita, Sam Bean, Baglin, all right, Diogenes Leonidas, Mael Vega, Anase Zekri, Christina Constantino, Margaret Otis, Tara Davis, Josh Middleton, Rebecca Nicholson. You are doing what you got to do. It takes 2. You're getting it done. Hiwat Tekel, or Hiwat Tekel, Trella Taylor, Juan Manuel Rivera Rodriguez, Tanisha Gomez, Darius Narcisse, Valencia Ivy, Lorena Alocete Morena, Alicia Sauce, Francisco Santiago Fabrizio Massaso.
Names dying on flight school.
Neil Williams, Roberto Sotolongo, Tawhid Rahman. I know how to say that one. Viola Hall, Luxury Travels. Okay, Luxury Travels. Business name. Arthur Jefferson, Martin Luther the King is there. Martin King is on there. Arturo Flores. So Martin King, you got your own day. Got my own day as well. Open Arlene Bugs Day. All right. Anyway, so we got Arturo Flores, Stacy Wrigley, Carly Gwen, Nasser, obviously Nasser, of course you've done it. Nasser Yaremi, Alyssa, or is the H silent? Alyssa Punjani, Tahiri Wilhelm, Billy Cook, Billy and Cynthia Cook. Cynthia probably did the work. Ian Saludares, Sheena McLean, Lois Tiedman, Coffee, Quasi Tanner, Elrod, that was easy. Arizbeda Reyes Rico. Got to do the Rico with the tongue. Got to roll the tongue. So let me move this one over here so I can see this. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I just got to pull my names over a little bit so I can really get to them. Okay, there we go. All right, somebody got to do this for me. Move this stuff here. Some stuff in. Okay, let me close that. That's okay. I got it. William Colon, Beatrice Gonzalez, Joseph Keaton, Guinevere Matthews. Is that an I or L? L. Latonya Wright, Elias Valentine, Deborah Leonaise, Alexandra Levivu Hersiu, Justin Fletcher, Alex Matobi, wow. Dipsy Duman, Alex and Jennifer Lee. Hold on, gotta minimize this. Aster S. Granum, Maria Angeles Lopez Gutierrez, Manuel Gestelum, the Leading Edge Network, that would be Peter and Karen Hirsch. Congratulations. Gloria Cruz Moreno, Cornelia Brown, Edwin Haynes, Anaya Dagny, Kimberly Russell, Luis E. Cruz Santiago. Do I have another page? Mm-hmm. Boy, you guys are sponsored monsters. It takes two, baby. So what I'm talking about. Is that it? Oh, sorry. I got more names coming. Oh, I can see them clear right there. Leave them right there. There we go. That's what it was before. I said they weren't so clear. Jana Krylova, Clarence Schaff, Ian Miles, Stephanie Polimir, David Acornero, Sari the Duke, Richard Berry, Drew Berman, Patricia de Orduña. You see the N over the end? Orduña. Is that Joshua? Ortiz Lopez, Juntavia Taylor, Altrius Vega, Cosmos McGimbe from Kenya, which is in Africa. Fanas Bayan, that's a joke, inside joke. You have to know what that joke is. Anyway, 6713 Lifestyle Ventures Inc. Martha R. Molina, Christian Anuta, Edith Salcedo, Leah Bell, Martha Ermias, Royal Life, that will be Johnny and Crystal Wembry, Resham Cameron, Luis Ingrid Forero, Benavides. Is that right? Benavides? Which one is it? All right. Anyway, Ruth Doris Pulsar Mamani, Victoria Jolivet, Maurice Sells, Daron Keaton, Bridget Hart, Josie Ann Morrison, Kyle Bliss, Zelda Hunter, Princess Hernandez, Roxana Harriet, Norik Francis, Byron Nora Juan Nafate, Sean Murray. This is a hard one. And it was Adedska, I think, Adedkaza, Kalea Del Angel, Patrina Malcolm Sight, and Osra Sapate. All right, I got through it. Give me congratulations over here, okay? Now, real quick, let me read through something here. Our top people, okay? Here are the people since Accelerate who sponsored 6. Stephanie Polimer has sponsored 6. Ian Miles has sponsored 6. Sponsored 4, Clarence Schaff, Gina Krylova, Drew Berman, Joshua Ortiz Lopez. Sponsored 4. Sponsored 3, Sarah, is that Sari the Duke? That's Rasham Carmen, Fanas Bien, Josie Ann Morrison, 6713 Lifestyle Ventures, Darius Narcisse, Altrius Vega, Jackie and Jayla Pippins, Diamonds, Ambassadors, sponsor 3. This is Edith Salcedo, sponsor 3. Leah Bell, Richard Berry, Rashad Brown, and Martha Ermias have all sponsored 3. Those are the leaders who've gone above and beyond of It Takes Two. Proud of you guys. And remember, when the month turns over, It Takes Two will rock. Here's what we're going to do for you this entire month of It Takes Two. We're going to be there with you, lock, sync, and step. Here's what we're going to do as Leaders in Diamonds. All the Leaders in Diamonds have gotten together, says, let's go out here and make it easy for you. We have put together an all-star lineup this week, and it's going to be next week, including myself. You're going to have Edwin Haynes. You'll have David Manning. You'll have the Blue Diamonds. You'll have all the Diamonds who are participating, and we are going to do the opportunity calls at our regular scheduled time. I don't know who's today or whatever it is, but my schedule, we have a schedule today. We have a schedule on tomorrow as well. I know I will be doing Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. That is the first day that the new system is in place. Our goal is to help you get your 2 in the month of March. Why? When you get 2 in the month of March, guess what we're going to do? We're going to make sure you get all 7 levels and the entire month of April as well. So you got March and April. You get 2 this month in February. These people have already qualified, all of these. You get 2 in March, all of April, you will get paid your 7 levels, and you will start watching that Fast Start Accelerator bonus pop like popcorn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host. Not your host, but your trainer today. So proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for every good comment that you've made today. Thank you for every boomerang that you've actually sent out. And because we're going to hit 500,000. And obviously we know when every boomerang goes out, we feed children. So we're 16,000 boomerangs away. That's 16,000 servings of nutrition that we're going to get today, because today is the last day of the month. Here's what I want. I want the scoreboard lit up like a Christmas tree today. We've got our training. Let's go to work. Let's close out the month like crazy. Get your 2. Let's close the month out. Be ready for 2 more in the month of March. Be ready for 2 more minimum in the month of April. Be ready for 2 more in May. Be ready for 2 more in June. Make this a habit. Winning should be a habit. So often people have accepted losing as a habit. People have accepted being late on their bills as a habit. People have accepted being behind on their dreams and goals as a habit. People have accepted failure as a habit. Today, that all stops. The last day of the month, February. This is leap year. We are leaping into a brand new habit called winning, and all it takes is 2. This is HB, your CEO. I'm out of here. Gonna lead you to a commercial, and then our Tunicorns will be back. Boom.